Hello, in this C programming video, we are going to look at the address operator. Really simple and quick operator. It basically just returns the actual address of a particular variable. So if I create a variable, put it int I, we can assign a value, that doesn't really matter. And so when we do this, int I, for example, this basically allocates X amount of memory in RAM, depending on your architecture and programming language, data type, all that stuff. For int, it is, I think, I want to say 8 bytes. Pretty sure it's 8 bytes. And you'll allocate that in memory. And there is a particular address associated with that, and that's what you're essentially using when you are using variables, because it's getting the value from memory, and underneath the addresses are getting used. If you want to specifically access that area in memory, you can do that. So if, let's say, I do printf, and I just put %i, and if I put I, you can think what this will do. It prints out the value 9. But if I was to duplicate this line, coming out, I'll leave the first one actually, it doesn't matter. Let's put a \n, and I'll just call this value, and I'll call this address. And instead of putting the variable name, you put ampersand, which is the address operator. Save that. Click play. That's the address. So that is the area in memory that this particular variable has been assigned in terms of where the value is being stored. And it's pretty cool, because what you can do is, so let me talk about why you would want to do this instead of just using variables. If you're just doing something simple like this, maybe adding a couple of numbers, it's not really that beneficial. If you're creating a more complex application and you're doing stuff like passing variables or data from one function to another function, and you want let's say the original variable to get changed if it gets changed in the new function, for example, then if you pass by what's called value, if you just pass by something like this, then what happens is any changes does not make an impact on the original variable. Whereas with the address operator, you would change not some local variable, you would actually change the area of memory. And if that area of memory is pointed by I, or if it is pointed by another variable, which you can do, so you can have two sort of variable like names that are pointing to, or more than two, but I'm just using the example of two, that's pointing to a specific area of memory, you can do that as well. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. Again, this video really just wanted to show you the address operator, and that's it. So I'll cover more stuff like references, passing by reference, passing by pointers in general. I will cover that in separate videos, and that'll probably make this and the pointer operator, which I'll be doing in the next video, a bit more sort of solid in your head. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord group, almost 6,000 members now. There's a link in the description, along with the GitHub page where all the source code for this series is. And as usual, I'll see you soon.